Understand that when you guys are any of these traits that I just listed, people will not respect you. Like, people will have zero respect for you whatsoever. And I'm talking about to the point where you are willing to lay your life down. Like, that's what people pleasers are. Like, you're willing to lay your life down for another person, and they won't even do the same back for you.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast when you do what you want. I guess I'm doing what I want.
Hello, beautiful babies, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a very, very, very important topic. We're going to be talking about how to stop people pleasing in the new year, okay? 2024 is around the corner, and I want to give you guys some personal development that can help you guys get to that next level, okay? We are talking to the grade A, like, people pleaser right here. Like, I'm even having trouble admit it because, you know, when you admit people your wounds, your past wounds, they think that you're still that person, and then they try to challenge you to see if you really grew out of that. Like, girl, if I'm teaching about it, it's over. Now, I just want to talk about, you know, my experience so that you guys can understand where I'm coming from. I got a lot of energy today. I was like #1 people pleaser, the oldest sibling in my house, abandonment issues from my childhood trauma. I'm trying to say, listen to what I'm trying to tell you today, because I'm going to show you how you can break out of this so you don't have to suffer and be drained anymore. #1, let's just make something clear and understand who are the real people pleasers. So I have a list of things that basically identifies you as a people pleaser. #1, do you feel like it's your responsibility to bend over backwards for people? Are you highly empathetic? Do you attract narcissists, especially in relationships? Do you have a hard time saying no? I got a lot of you guys. Do you have fear of rejection? Do you crave validation? Do you care about what other people think? And are you afraid of confrontation? That was the big one for me. Understand that when you guys are any of these traits that I just listed, people will not respect you. Like, people will have zero respect for you whatsoever. And I'm talking about to the point where you are willing to lay your life down. Like, that's what people pleasers are. Like, you're willing to lay your life down for another person, and they won't even do the same back for you. And it hurts you. You feel drained. And the reason why that's happening is because they don't respect you. And the reason why they don't respect you is because the moment you put another person's needs above your own, you're essentially saying, all right, I respect you more than I respect myself. And you give others leeway to disrespect you. And so they're going to do just that. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to boss up 2024. I'm sick and tired of seeing these empaths on the internet talking about, I'm drained, No, okay, I'm going to show you guys how you can take the power back. Look at me. When I do this, I'm passionate. Like, that's how you know. That's how you know I'm getting into it. All right, here we go. I'm going to basically teach you guys how to put your foot down. And I want you guys to understand that during this process, people around you who were taking advantage of you, who were using you, who loved you because you were a people pleaser, are going to trickle out of your life. Okay, the moment you say no to somebody, and this happened to me, okay, the moment you say no to somebody and they freak out and they get angry, just know that that person was using you. Okay, they were taking advantage of the fact that you were a nice person. And they were just interested in their best interest. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how to boss up and keep these people up by setting #1, boundaries. Okay, you see how serious my face got? This is a serious matter. I want you guys to understand that when it comes to boundaries looks different for every single person. So for one person, maybe staying out past 11 p.m. is cool for them. But for another person, maybe they're not comfortable with that because they got work in the morning. For one person, maybe they love to party every weekend. And for another person, maybe they're a little bit more serious with their life and they want to stay inside. Boundaries look different for other people. It's on you to figure out what your boundaries are and to essentially assert them. And don't apologize in the process. Don't say, I'm so sorry, like, I can't. Like, let me give you an example. Let's just say you got invited out to your friend's birthday, but you weren't able to make it. As a people pleaser, you're going to feel bad because you have another thing going on. And you might even want to try to make it up to them. And this is what a people pleaser would say. They come on the phone, they're like, I'm so sorry, like, I can't make it, but like, don't worry, like, I'm going to get you a gift, I'm going to make it up to you. 9 times out of 10, that person is going to be angry and they're going to try to push you or convince you just because of the way you approached it, just because of your delivery. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, you made it too easy. Like, you're apologizing because you're busy. It's okay, sis, if you're busy. Sis, if you busy, you busy. Like, ain't nothing wrong with being busy. If anything, I would say it with my chest, like, be bougie. Like, sorry, girl, I can't make your birthday dinner. I'm a little busy. But I know you're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna catch up another time. No promises are made. No, I'm sorry. It was just a boundary. Unfortunately, I have something else going on for myself. If I can make it, I could. Not to say that this is, I don't respect you or like you as a friend. I'm just busy. And that's just the reality. So you got to learn how to be more firm with how you respond. Otherwise, that's how you get people who are like, come on, can you just come for an hour? Can you just come after? You could just drop off the get. Like, no. You got to come on the phone and you got to be like, hey, babe, I love you so much. But unfortunately, I have something going on. And, you know, I know you're going to have so much fun. Enjoy your night tonight, but I'm not going to be able to make it. That is it. No explanation is required. When I tell you guys, I used to explain until the roof fell off. Like, I don't think you guys understand. Like, no is a full sentence. I want you guys to repeat that with me. No is a full sentence. If you cannot make it to something for somebody, you do not need to explain why. Even if they do ask why, you need to understand that if they have any respect for you as a friend, and no explanation is required, because then that's when you get into a situation where they're going to try to justify whether or not your reason is worth you not coming or worth whatever it is that you can't do for them. You guys get what I'm saying here? So it's very, very important that when it comes to this stuff, you want to make sure that you're stern with your no. It's not what you say, it's how you say it. And if you come off as a little bit of a pushover, they gonna push, okay? They are gonna push every single time. So that is that. Number 2, not everybody is going to like you. Tough pill to swallow. So I want you guys to understand that nothing good comes from being nice. You can be kind, avoid being nice. And let me explain to you guys the definition of the both. So being nice is self-centered behavior. And it's where you're acting in a pleasing manner, essentially to be considered a nice person. You want people to like you. Being kind is centered around the other person. Essentially, you're doing this in the best interest of the other person. So I'm gonna give you guys an example. Being nice is like seeing someone's flies undone, and then you're like, oh my goodness, like, I wanna tell them, but I don't wanna be the bearer of bad news. I don't wanna be the one to embarrass them. I don't wanna be like the person that tells them this. So I'm gonna keep my mouth shut because I just wanna be nice. Being kind says, hey, can I talk to you over here for a second? Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna be honest. I know you probably didn't notice, but your fly's undone. I wanted to tell you because you got a lot of fakes around here that ain't saying shit to you. I wanted to be the one to tell you, you know, I don't know how long it's been down, but I would just go ahead and make sure you zip that up so you don't proceed with having your undone for the rest of the night. I'm just being funny, but like, you guys get the point. Like, just be straight to it, obviously, when it comes to being kind. Like, you just kind of want to be like that's just my personality. Like, I'm gonna make people laugh along the way. Person might laugh, they're gonna thank you, and that is being kind. You're thinking about the other person instead of thinking about yourself. Niceness gets you nothing in life, hunty. Let me be the first to say that. We can always tell when there's a person who's trying to be liked by everybody and who's trying to, like, how do I explain this? Like, you ever know that person who's just looking for people's validation? Like, it's just like we automatically don't want to give it to you. If you guys get what I'm saying. Like, the moment you come across as that person that's just trying to be liked by everybody, we automatically are turned off because we're like, hey, like, why are you trying so hard? It is so much better, friends and family, to be the individual who is honest, who is truthful, who speaks up. I can't even tell you guys, way back in my day when I was super people pleasing, like, people used to tell me, like, why didn't you just speak up? Why didn't you just say that you felt this way instead of letting it boil up or letting it build up? And now we have an even bigger problem, right? You need to learn how to set your boundaries. You need to learn how to say no. You need to learn how to be kind without feeling like you owe people to be nice. I used to be super nice in open settings when I meet people and feel like I had to be a certain way and just, nah, I'm myself now. I'm me, myself, and I either take it or leaving. Okay, so moving on to the third point. Covered boundaries. We covered that not everybody's gonna like you and learning how to say no and niceness versus kindness. Let's now get into something a little bit more serious. And I want you guys to dig down deep into childhood traumas. Now, what a lot of us don't know, I'm really into psychology, but it comes to a lot of the ways that people are, it is been shaped, structured, molded from when you were a child. A lot of the time, people pleasing or being a narcissist or XYZ, whatever the case is, that is something that was shaped in you from when you were young. Everybody has a different reason as to why they might be a people pleaser, but I'll give you guys an example. For me, I went through a little bit of trauma when obviously my father walked out on our family. Whoop-de-doo, we all have that same story, I know. But for me, it was just very hard for me to cope with the fact that he would come back into my life and then leave and then come back into my life and then leave again. He did that about 3 to 4 times. Okay, and what that did to me is it made me feel like I wasn't worthy. It made me feel like I was doing something wrong. I felt as though, Benita, maybe we're not doing something right, and that's why daddy doesn't want to stay in our life. That's how it made me feel. It has cultivated itself into my adulthood. They call it abandonment issues. We all have a past. We all had childhood traumas. Understand that just because something is not your fault doesn't mean that it is not your responsibility to make things right. Okay, you cannot just soak and sit in your childhood traumas. You have to do something. You have to bring these things to the forefront. You must get to the root of the problem. Otherwise, if you just keep picking branches, new trees are just going to keep forming because you haven't gotten to the roots. You guys understand what I'm saying? When it comes to, childhood trauma, for me, what I did is I wrote down that it was not my fault that my father left. It doesn't have to be long. Right? Some of us are a little bit more emotional, so you can actually write a little bit more and talk about how you felt and what he did to you and how it broke you and how it just, get it all out. Okay? This is a conversation between you and you. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to read that. You're going to fold it up. You're going to rip it in half and then rip it again and again and again and again. And I want you guys to know that you have just passed the first session of therapy. I'm playing. I'm not a registered whatever, but I don't even know where I got that from. But all I know is that the day that I did that, I became so refreshed. I became so renewed. I felt like I had less resentment towards my childhood. I felt like I took the power back. I felt like I was in control of how my life was gonna go. And I'll tell you guys the results of everything. Once you can follow all these steps, essentially you're gonna feel a lot more whole. Right? You're going to start putting yourself first. You're going to start filling your cup before you can go ahead and fill others. Because at the end of the day, you cannot pour from an empty cup. You guys understand what I'm saying? So getting rid of these traits is going to be the best thing for you. I know a lot of us might like that we are kind of the nice, easygoing person in the room, but you have to know how to have your own personality. You have to know how to stand your ground and to be who you are and to like the things that you like, even if the other people don't like it. Even this jacket I put on, and I put my jacket on and I'm like, yo, are people gonna wonder why I'm wearing a pink jacket? Like, are they gonna wonder why I'm wearing a jacket inside? And I was like, who flipping cares? Who cares? I wanna wear this pink jacket. I don't care what other people think. I don't care about other people's validation. I'm gonna wear this jacket. And we gonna be selling it real soon. It's gonna be a part of my brand. So if you like this jacket, you let me know. I'ma cop you one. I'm a cop you one. Advertisement, gotcha. Anyways, I'm getting a little goofy. That's how you know it's time for me to. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow me on all my socials. Like, comment, and subscribe on this video if you guys like more content. I love talking to you guys. I read a lot of books. I watch a lot of podcasts. That's pretty much my life. And so being able to pour this knowledge on you guys is really a blessing. And if you guys have any suggestions for any videos that you guys want to see coming up next, let me know in the comment section below. Without further ado, I love you guys.